A fourth snapshot has arrived for Minecraft 26.3, this time with mostly technical changes and bug fixes. My name is slicedlime, and this is a showcase of the news. Let's start with gameplay and some portal news. Players in Spectator mode can now use portals. Rather than teleporting automatically on touch, this new functionality lets you interact with the portal, by default pressing the right mouse button to teleport through it. When the dragon egg teleports, the particles from it are now emitted in the correct direction, so you can see where the egg went. There's no longer a small delay after hitting an entity where you cannot start mining a block. That started happening in Snapshot 1 for this series. Waxing a sign now plays a sound once again. And you now dismount from whatever you're riding on, or get off your cushion before sleeping in a bed. Speaking of cushions, this snapshot also comes with plenty of follow-ups for the new blocks and items in this version. Breaking a named cushion no longer makes it lose its custom name, and cushions now have the correct fuel value when used as furnace fuel. You can now place a cushion on the highest edge of a lectern, but you can no longer place a cushion on top of fire or at any pixel height in a cauldron or composter. The texture of hay bales has been updated to be symmetric and also makes it now align properly with that of the straw bed. Shelf mushrooms are now held in the hand in the same orientation as they are placed in the world. The poplar hanging sign texture is now that of the stripped poplar instead of a recolored oak. And the top texture of a stripped poplar log now matches the unstripped poplar log in the parts that aren't stripped. And the poplar door has had yet another tiny tweak to the pixels in the hinges. Some changes have also been made to the item ordering in the creative inventory, where minerals have been ordered with non-tiered ingredients first, then unrefined tiered minerals followed by the refined versions. The natural blocks tab has been ordered according to what dimension blocks are found in, beginning with the overworld blocks, then the nether blocks, and ending with blocks found in the end. Let's talk about mob changes. Drowned that are outside of water no longer aim the trident at a player within 3 blocks of them. Armadillos no longer try to roll up when they are submerged in a liquid. The ender dragon no longer flies backwards until it is perched once. And hitting the head of the dragon now once again causes it to take more damage than when hitting other parts. Endermen can no longer teleport onto signs. Some visual bug fixes following the new transparency mode. When that is enabled, glass now renders properly. There is no longer Z-fighting between blocks and the world border, and particles now look right when viewed through an XP orb. Now, behind the scenes, one thing that has happened in the snapshot is the foundational library the game is built on has been switched from LWJGL to STL3. If this doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry. In practical terms, what it means is a large number of input-related bugs have been fixed, and some changes have happened to window handling. The raw mouse input option is now gone, and key bindings now use physical keys instead of layout-specific key codes. The game window now has a minimum size of 320 by 240 pixels, and switching between borderless and exclusive full-screen modes no longer requires a game restart. On Mac OS, exclusive full-screen mode is no longer available, but key combinations should now work as in the rest of the system, and scrolling now finally works when holding Shift. On Linux systems, Wayland is now used if it's available. There's also a change to the debug overlay. That now has its own scale option. It also now displays 2 new pieces of information: the display refresh rate, and also the player speed in blocks per tick if a new player speed entry is enabled. Together with all of this, there are stability improvements, including fixes for a number of crashes related to everything from cushions and straw beds to transparency rendering. It isn't without new problems though. In this snapshot, exclusive full screen may crash the game on Windows or Wayland systems, especially on systems with multiple monitors. And of course, as usual, this version comes with technical news for new pack versions. If you're also interested in that, check out my pack news channel for a separate video. But that's all for this one. Thank you for watching. My name is slicedlime, and I'll see you next time.